All right, boys, it came to my attention that my first guide didn't go in-depth enough for some expert level raiders. So we're going to really dive into the meat of this right here. First of all, we're going to get to know kind of the dynamics of the raid room. It's about 350 Kelvin by 100,000 Scoville units, which means that shit's going to get fucking hot. All right, and if we look at the actual dimensions, it's about 90 degrees right there, and then if you cut that place in half, it's about 180 degrees. Just simple math, and then obviously you got your straight across line at about 225 degrees. So these are just good dimensions to have in the back of your head when you're trying to make moves around this room and you're trying to dodge these glaives. All right. Let's move on to the second thing, the big thing that one glaive travels at approximately, that's a little approximate sign if you didn't know, 32.31 miles per hour. So something to really think about when you're trying to dodge these fuckers. You're going fast. All right. So after the first split, they're gonna be splitting equidistant apart. That was a big word. 12.2 degrees each, right? So they're shooting out in all different directions. Shit's getting crazy. These are going to be traveling about 14.33 miles per hour. Assuming that Liebert doesn't catch any of them. Everyone that Liebert catches specifically will slow them down by about 2 miles per hour. So know that if Liebert's in front of you, those fuckers are going to be going slower. So just something to be aware of. Okay, so let's think of where the safe zones are for those first split, right? So it's obvious. Okay, after the first split, it's the Illuminati. Okay, do not stand in the eye. They're gonna fucking get you. That shit's not safe. So let's look at the two safe zones. First one, you got this side. The volume is about Q squared plus 3 divided by the number of raiders alive. So assuming that we're in the third phase, there will not be a lot of raiders alive at that point, obviously. So that's going to be your safest bet. During P1 and 2, assuming that Krob hasn't died, Krob's glaive layer is going to be the safest. If you see that Krob is dead, his glaive layer will not be the safest. So I would say go over to the volume side. Because that won't be safe. You don't want to be over there. Okay. And finally, the most important, this is where shit gets really spicy. I don't think there's any more. Yeah, this is the meat of it, okay? So if you take, this is after the glaives break for the second time. So now there are 3, 6, 9 glaives. See what I did there? That's three times, that's 9. So there's 9 glaives flying around. That's what all these fucking lines are. And if you look real close, you'll see the Olympic symbol. Okay, that's something that a lot of people don't notice, which is super important. And those will be making up our safe zones. So what you really want to pay attention to is what bucket you fall into. Are you a Chinese gymnast, a Jedi, a U.S. women's volleyball player, or are you in the NBA? Depending on which one of those you fall into, that will be what your safe zone is. If you don't fall into any of those, you're going to want to find a safe zone behind either White or Tempest. They're your highest probability of absorbing one of the glaives for you. So if they block the glaive, you should be all set. Your fallback is really any melee and or a healer that you can just tell isn't really paying attention, because they will be absorbing those glaives for you and keeping you alive. Not to mention when we get late into P3, you'll be seeing people dropping shit all over the place. Those will be the lunar beacons. Kurt is a professional lunar beacon dropper, as well as a lot of other shitties. So just be on your toes. There should be a lot of callouts, but this is going to get you deep into the fight, hopefully, to about 6%, and that's when basically shit hits the fan. All right, thanks, guys.